Last year, actor Matthew Perry was found dead in a hot tub in his Los Angeles home. Now, it seemed like it could have just been an accident, but now there's new details that have come out and show that there was more to the death. Now, he had been treating depression with prescribed medication and no foul play was expected, but in a change of events, 5 people have been arrested in the case of his death, including medical doctors, Matthew's assistant, and an alleged dealer of the medication. Dr. Salvador Placinia, one of those accused for supplying the actor with the meds, allegedly called him a moron and even wondered how much to charge him for the drug. Now, alleged dealer Jasveen Singh has supplied the medication that led to Perry's death on October 28, 2023. She's accused of selling 50 vials of the medication to him for about $11,000 and is described by prosecutors as a dealer who knew the meds she distributed could be deadly. Matthew's addiction became more and more intense, and he wanted more and more of the medication and sought it for lower prices, which led him to street dealers as well as the more elite providers, authorities said. One of the doctors, Dr. Salvatore, wrote in one text message that he wanted to be Matthew's go-to for drugs, and in another he wrote, "I wonder how much this moron will pay." It's alleged that Matthew paid them around $2,000 for vials that actually only cost about $12 a piece. Now, they totally took advantage of him. Authorities say the doctor provided more medication even though he witnessed Matthew freeze up while administering it on one occasion. Authorities say that Matthew purchased 20 vials of medication for a total of $55,000 between September and October 2023, which is just insane. Then, following Matthew's death, those accused of supplying him with the medication attempted to cover up what they did and try to get away with it. Authorities say Jasveen sent a message to another suspect telling him to delete all of our messages. Is alleged to have messaged Jasveen, "Please call, got more info and want to bounce ideas off of you. I'm 90% sure everyone is protected. I never dealt with Perry, only his assistant, so the assistant was the enabler." Now, he also asked Jasveen, according to court documents, whether the medication they sold stays in your system or is immediately flushed out. Now, Dr. Plancina allegedly falsified medical records in an attempt to make the medication given to the actor look legitimate. Now, Matthew's live-in assistant Kenneth Amawasa was the person who found the actor dead. Investigators say he was the one who injected Matthew with the medication that led to his death. Now, Kenneth never received medical training and knew little, if anything, about administering controlled substances, according to court documents. In the 4 days leading up to and including Matthew's death, prosecutors say Kenneth administered more than 20 shots of the medication, 3 on the day that the actor died. Now, he was charged in July with 1 count of conspiracy to distribute the medication, resulting in death and serious bodily injury. Prosecutors say he has since pleaded guilty to the charge, and the medication Matthew received is supposed to be administered by only a physician, investigators say, and patients who have taken the meds should be monitored by a professional. It's great that there appears to finally be some justice served in relation to Matthew's death, U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada said at a news conference. They knew what they were doing was wrong, they knew what they were doing was risking great danger to Mr. Perry, but they did it anyway. Now, in the end, these defendants were more interested in profiting after Mr. Perry than caring for his well-being, and hearings will continue this month. Now, Matthew was open about his past addictions. His 2022 memoir described decades struggling with alcohol and illegal substances. Now, he wrote about his co-star Jennifer Aniston confronting him over smelling alcohol on his breath and the millions he spent trying to remain sober. He said that he spent about $7 million on treatment, with 65 stints in detox beginning when he was 26 years old. He said he hoped that his openness would help others who were struggling, and the homepage for the Matthew Perry Foundation, set up after his death, had his quote, "When I die, I want helping others to be the first thing that's mentioned." Now, when sharing about his substance use and the toll it began to take on his body, Matthew confessed that he was taking as many as 55 pills a day, which contributed to his weight dropping to just 128 pounds. He also shared an analogy that explains the power that these substances had over him at the height of his TV career. He said, "If the police came over to my house and said, 'If you drink tonight, we're going to take you to jail,' I'd start packing. I couldn't stop because the disease and the addiction is progressive, so it gets worse and worse as you grow older." At his lowest point, Matthew revealed that he was given just a 2% chance to live while in the hospital. He spoke about this horrific experience in his memoir and how he had the mental strength to survive the trauma. Now, during last year's interview where he told his story, he said, "I'm an extremely grateful guy. I'm grateful to be alive, that's for sure, and that gives me the possibility to do anything." Now, he went on to reveal that part of his inspiration for writing an open and honest memoir with all the ups and downs was the hope that his stories could serve as a kind of lifeline for others, like Jennifer Aniston was for him. Now, Matthew once joked that viewers of Friends could now tell what substances he was using by observing his changing appearance. He said in his book, "You can track the trajectory for my addiction if you gauge my weight from season to season. When I'm carrying weight, it's alcohol. When I'm skinny, it's pills. When I have a goatee, it's a lot of pills." Which is just extremely sad when you think about how well it was hidden from everyone around him, but that's why he decided to be so open about it now during what would be the last years of his life. Now, on social media, clips and quotes circulated from a 2022 interview Matthew did with podcaster Tom Power, where the actor said he hoped to be remembered for more than just Friends, including for the establishment of the sober living facility The Perry House and The End of Longing, a play inspired by the actor's struggles with alcoholism. The best thing about me, bar none, is that if someone comes up to me and says, "I can't stop drinking, can you help me?" I will say yes and follow up and do it, he told Power. He added, "When I die, I don't want Friends to be the first thing that's mentioned. I want that to be the first thing that's mentioned, and I'm gonna live the rest of my life proving that." The head of Federal Drug Enforcement Agency, Ann Milgram, said that the arrests and the public details of the high-profile case were likely to help others and prevent deaths, exactly as Matthew had wanted. Now, Matthew's death rocked the film industry, especially when it came to his Friends cast and crew. "We are so utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates, we are a family," the sitcom's famous main cast members said in a statement shared to ABC News. "There's so much to say, but right now we're going to take a moment to grieve and process this unfathomable loss. In time, we will say more as and when we are able to. For now, our thoughts and our love are with Maddie's family, his friends, and everyone who loved him around the world." Now, every cast member made their own post to honor Matthew, but Jennifer Aniston stuck out as she said, "Oh boy, this one has cut deep. Having to say goodbye to our Maddie has been an insane wave of emotions that I've never experienced before," she wrote on Instagram next to a black and white photo of them laughing together. "We all experience loss at some point in our lives, loss of life or loss of love. Being able to really sit in this grief allows you to feel the moments of joy and gratitude for having loved someone that deep, and we loved him deeply. He was such a part of our DNA. This was a chosen family that forever changed the course of who we were and what our path was going to be," she continued. Now, I truly cannot imagine what all of his friends and family went through during all of this. The good news is that authorities have been looking for the people responsible for his death, and they're bringing them to justice, which hopefully gives people some peace about this whole situation. I'm sure more details will come out soon, but all we can do is really hold the people involved accountable. So that's all for the dark secrets finally exposed about Matthew Perry's passing. Now, were you ever a fan of the actor? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.